The NBA world is buzzing with rumors of a possible Luka Doncic trade this offseason, and the idea of the Dallas Mavericks trading their star guard is sending shockwaves throughout the league. Doncic, the 24-year-old Slovenian phenom and sensational point guard, has taken the league by storm since his rookie season, and his potential landing spots if he leaves the Dallas Mavericks this summer have become the talk of the town. Reasons abound why the Mavericks might consider trading their franchise player, or why the player could decide to ask out. The Mavericks have not been able to build a championship contending team around Doncic, and there are concerns that he may waste his prime years if he doesn't make a move. So where could Doncic end up if he is traded? Well, in this video we'll be exploring the top landing spots for Luka Doncic if the Dallas Mavericks trade their star guard this offseason. So don't miss any moment of this intriguing ride, and be sure to watch until the end. The New York Knicks. The New York Knicks have been known to be a perennial contender in the NBA, and they have always had a knack for attracting top talent to their team. With rumors circulating that the Dallas Mavericks may be looking to trade their star guard Luka Doncic this offseason, the Knicks may just be the perfect landing spot for the young prodigy. There is no denying that Luka Doncic is a generational talent, a player who has the potential to lead a team to championship glory. In just 3 seasons in the NBA, Doncic has already established himself as one of the best players in the league, and he has shown no signs of slowing down. If the Mavericks do indeed decide to trade Doncic, there will be no shortage of suitors vying for his services. But the Knicks stand out as a top landing spot for a number of reasons. First and foremost, the Knicks have the cap space to accommodate Doncic's salary demands. The team has been very judicious in its spending over the last few years, and as a result, they have a significant amount of cap space available. This means that they can offer Doncic a max contract without having to worry about going over the salary cap, which would give them a significant advantage over other teams that may be interested in acquiring him. In addition to their financial flexibility, the Knicks also have a number of talented players on their roster that would complement Doncic's game. The team has a number of young players such as RJ Barrett and Mitchell Robinson who have shown a lot of promise and could potentially develop into all-star caliber players in the near future. The Knicks also have some more experienced veterans such as Derrick Rose and Julius Randle who would provide Doncic with some much-needed leadership and guidance. But perhaps the most compelling reason why the Knicks would be an ideal landing spot for Doncic is the fact that New York City is one of the biggest media markets in the world. The Big Apple is a city that never sleeps, and the Knicks are one of the most iconic franchises in all of sports. Doncic is already a global superstar, but playing in New York would take his celebrity status to a whole new level. He would have access to endless marketing opportunities, and his brand would undoubtedly be strengthened by the exposure that he would receive in the city. If the Dallas Mavericks do decide to trade Luka Doncic this offseason, the New York Knicks would be a top landing spot for the young superstar. With their financial flexibility, talented roster, and the opportunity to play in one of the biggest media markets in the world, the Knicks would provide Doncic with everything he needs to reach his full potential and lead the team to championship glory. Only time will tell if this trade will come to fruition, but one thing is for certain, the Knicks would be wise to pursue Doncic with everything they've got. Los Angeles Lakers. The Los Angeles Lakers will be another of the top landing spots for the Slovenian star should he leave the Mavs this offseason, and there are several reasons why it is the perfect destination for Doncic. The Lakers are a team that knows how to win championships. With 17 NBA titles to their name, they have a culture of winning that few other teams can match. Doncic is a player who wants to compete at the highest level, and joining a franchise with such a storied history would be a dream come true for him. For one, he would be teaming up with LeBron James, one of the greatest players of all time. James has shown time and again that he can elevate the play of his teammates, and there is no doubt that he and Doncic would make a formidable duo. Doncic would also be playing alongside another all-star in Anthony Davis. The Lakers have struggled a few seasons ago with Davis sidelined due to injury, but having him back in the lineup alongside Doncic and James would give the team a trio of superstars that few other teams could match. But perhaps the biggest reason why Doncic would thrive in LA is the style of play that the Lakers employ. They are a team that loves to push the pace and play an up-tempo brand of basketball. Doncic is at his best. He is in control of the game, and playing for a team that plays with such pace and aggression would allow him to do just that. Boston Celtics. Another team that could emerge as a top landing spot for Doncic is the legendary Boston Celtics, and the reasons for this are not hard to find. Firstly, the Celtics have a long and storied history of success in the NBA, and their passionate fan base is one of the most loyal and supportive in the league. The team has won a staggering 17 NBA championships over the years, and they are always in the hunt for more. Doncic, with his rare combination of skill, creativity, and clutch performance, would be an instant fan favorite in Boston, and his arrival would undoubtedly create a buzz of excitement that would reverberate throughout the city. Secondly, the Celtics have a strong and well-balanced roster that would provide Doncic with plenty of support and opportunities to shine. With players like Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, and Marcus Smart already on the team, the Celtics have a formidable lineup that would be tough for any opponent to handle. Doncic's arrival would only make this lineup stronger, and the potential for these players to work together and achieve greatness is tantalizing to say the least. Thirdly, the Celtics have a visionary coach in Brad Stevens, who has a track record of developing young talent and maximizing their potential. Stevens has been with the Celtics since 2013, and in that time he has earned a reputation as one of the brightest minds in the game. With Stevens at the helm, Doncic would have the perfect mentor to help him take his game to the next level and achieve his full potential. Now, of course, the possibility of a Doncic trade is still just that, a possibility. It is entirely possible that the Mavericks will decide to keep their star guard and build around him. And in that case, the Celtics would simply have to continue their quest for NBA glory without him. But if the stars align and Doncic does become available, there is no doubt that the Celtics would be one of the top contenders for his services. Miami Heat. If Doncic does become available, he will undoubtedly be one of the hottest commodities on the NBA trade market. And while there will be no shortage of suitors for his services, Miami Heat stands out as one of the best landing spots for him. Firstly, the Miami Heat is a team that knows how to win. Led by Pat Riley, one of the most respected executives in the game, the Heat have a culture of excellence that is unmatched in the NBA. They have a history of building championship-caliber teams and know how to get the most out of their star players. Doncic, with his remarkable talent and drive, would fit in perfectly with this winning culture. Secondly, the Miami Heat have the pieces to build a contending roster around Doncic. With Jimmy Butler already in place as a star player, the Heat have a solid foundation to build upon. Additionally, they have a number of talented young players such as Tyler Hero, who could develop into key contributors. The Heat also have a number of valuable draft picks that they could use to acquire more talent. Finally, the Miami Heat is a team that is on the cusp of greatness. They made it to the NBA Finals in 2020, and despite a disappointing first-round exit in the 2021 playoffs, they have a solid foundation in place for future success. With the addition of Doncic, they could become a true championship contender and potentially bring a title back to Miami. Philadelphia 76ers. Now, the Philadelphia is a team on the rise. Led by many dynamic players like Joel Embiid, the 76ers have emerged as one of the most talented and dangerous squads in the Eastern Conference. With a roster that boasts a mix of young talent and veteran experience, the Sixers have the depth, the size, and the skill to compete with anyone in the league. And yet there is still something missing, something that Doncic could provide. A true superstar who can create his own shot, score from anywhere on the court, and make his teammates better. Doncic would be a perfect fit for the Sixers style of play. His ability to handle the ball, to run the pick and roll, and to make pinpoint passes would mesh perfectly with Embiid's inside-out game. With Doncic on the floor, the Sixers would have a new dimension to their offense, a playmaker who can take over games and elevate his teammates to new heights. Imagine Doncic and Embiid running the high pick and roll with Tobias Harris spotting up for three-pointers. The possibilities are endless, and the results could be spectacular. From the bright lights of New York City to the sunny shores of Miami, there are plenty of teams out there that would love to have a player of Doncic's caliber on their roster. But while these potential landing spots for Doncic are certainly exciting, the question remains, will the Mavericks actually trade Doncic? Well, only time will tell. And that is a wrap, guys. Stay tuned as we will be bringing you all the latest news and analysis from around the NBA. Meanwhile, thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next one.